Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. So this video picks up about 2 hours after the end of the last video. So over here working in the engine service facility on the narrow gauge. You can see the ground cover looks better over by the water tank. That's pretty much done over there. I did come back in and add in those little pine trees that I built a couple of videos ago. Those fit in that spot pretty nice, so I'm happy with that detail. Over here, I have added in the Woodland Scenics Guys Playing Checkers kit. I think that works pretty well in that spot. The building over here I will glue in at some point in the future. Still let everything dry. Like I said, this is only a couple of hours after I finished it, so it's still wet. So I'll let it dry overnight. I can come back in now and paint the building there. I can come back in and do some additional painting and weathering on these, on that building, as well as that little coaling stack. Over here in the corner, you can see I've got grass tufts and some other details put in. Coming up over this way, I had those glued in last time. I came back in, added additional details, some grass tufts around that scrap pile, some broken limbs, some other debris, and I'll add more of that on this side too as I get a little farther. Starting to put in a little walkway. Got that super glued in the tracks. I'll get a couple of other pieces and put one on each side on the ties, just to kind of give me a little path to go over, which makes sense. I need something to go from these buildings here to go over there in order to dump those barrels and debris. Kind of hard just rolling them across the tracks, but they could, I suppose. So I'll get that done, and I'll add a little path with some dust to kind of show a little area of walk there. Everything else is still drying, so I will do some other stuff. I've got other figures, like some construction workers doing some concrete. Probably add them somewhere over by the water tank there, somewhere in this area doing a little bit of work so I can add some more life there. And I got a bunch of other figures that I need to paint, so I'll be actually doing that at some point so I can get some other things scattered around on this part of the layout. So quite a bit more to do, but I should be able to wrap up the bulk of it over here in this video. So anyway, I am closing down shop for a Tuesday night, and Wednesday night I'm going to be doing some more detail work. Then the weekend I'll do painting, but I've still got plenty to keep me busy over here. Wednesday night, and I'm only going to do a little bit out on the layout. I've been kind of playing with some things. So I found a figure that I can put in this old John Deere tractor that can sit there. Looks pretty good. We'll weather that up, make it look a lot older than it is showing there. Started to put the Woodland Scenics kind of work crew out. Cement mixer, I'm going to make them like they're making a little pad for that ladder there. And right now they're all laying down on the job. That's okay. Back here, I put in a little barbecue scene. I bought that a while back, and I really liked it. And you know what? I think it'll look in there. I've got a nice automobile. So for this little scene, the boss is out for the day. And he went to the expense of building a little barbecue pit, or having one of the masons do it. And actually, I've got a figure of a mason. I might have to have him standing there looking at his work. So just a nice little thing. I can move that around if I want, but figured I'd just kind of put that in there for fun. These guys are still sitting here, and other guys falling asleep. I need to take all of them that are freestanding and go and drill a hole in their feet and insert a little wire. Over here, I'll have to drill a little bit into the plywood decking that's underneath. Every place else has got some cork, so I only need a little bit to do. Got a couple of guys, I'm just sort of leaned up here that I will do pins in the feet so that I can move this. Also, you can see I added the balsa, made it look like concrete. I will hit that with some chalk dust But I wanted to make this one movable just so I can get it into some positions and make sure none of my equipment hits it. That's pretty much all that I'm going to do tonight. Oh, I did peel the tape off. So at some point soon I can come back in and I can paint this green and then paint that green. Maybe in this video yet. We'll see how it goes. But that's it for tonight. I will do some more tomorrow and see how far I can get it. Thursday night after work. And a couple of things that I want to get done tonight. First is I want to do my pour of Envirotex over here to show a little standing water. Just a very shallow water feature. If you've watched previous videos from quite a while back, you know, I used a lot of dilute white glue to make that depression watertight. And we're going to find out if I was successful. So I'm going to do that. You can see I pulled this building off. Just took it off so that I can get access there. You know, I will glue that building in after I get it painted. This, I can take the top off. I do need to paint that. This is solid. The wood adhered as the glue dried, which is what I wanted because I knew that's the spot for it. And the base is done, so I'm good with that. But, you know, I'll get all of this stuff done later. Other things that I want to do tonight, if I get time, is to come in and, like I was talking a little earlier, start drilling some holes in the feet, putting in a little bit of florist wire, and sticking those into the cork, or drill a very small pilot hole where I want these to go so that the florist wire can go into the plywood that's under this. And then we should be set with a lot of these figures, and then I can go on to do other things. So anyway, I'm going to get started on this next. So this is what I'm going to use for that little water feature. I got this stuff at like a Michael's craft store near me, and I've used it over on the N scale layout for the little ponds. So it works perfect for that. I will use just a little bit. I've got a couple of, actually I've got these, some Jell-O pudding cups. So I can measure out pretty accurately equal amounts and then pour them together. Again, I do not need much, but I will follow the mixing instructions, and I should have success with this little feature. So I'm not going to show me mixing. I might try to set up to show the pour. Maybe not. You know, we'll see how this all plays out. I don't know if I've got a good spot for the camera over there that you can see without me being in the way. So anyway, let me get started here. Water feature is in place. All I have to do the rest of the evening now with this is just check it for bubbles once in a while here over the next half an hour. And exhale on it. That'll pop all of the little bubbles that are on the surface, and there's really not that much on this. So it looks like I did a decent job of sealing it. I'm not seeing the material flow away, and I'm not getting any dripping through, and I did cover the tracks just to be on the safe side. So I'm a happy camper. We'll take a look at it after a while, but now I'm going to start doing some other stuff. Well, it is now Friday night after work, and I'm back outside and at the bench again. I'm going to start doing painting. Here are a variety of those castings that I was talking about that I got off eBay that I will repaint and touch up so that I can use them in that service area. A few new ones that I got just recently. Got a bunch of castings as well as a bunch that are in there that I can use for super detailing. So I will be getting those ready. Over here is another item that I got at the Caboose Stop Hobbies on one of their shows. These are O-scale electrical meters in boxes, which is pretty cool. I'm planning on putting these on like these structures and a couple of them that are already over there, just so that I've got some power coming in. Other things I'm going to do, I've got an old World War II style Jeep that I'm going to kind of paint the insignias off of, so that, you know, it looks like it's been turned into a civilian vehicle, surplus from World War II. This is kind of cool. I got this as well from Caboose Stop Hobbies, a snowplow. I have no idea what it goes on, but if I can, I will find a way to show it up there. If not, I'll put it away for a while. Other things I'm going to do, I've got an On3 or On30 skeleton car. I'm just going to build the frame, not put any couplers on it. This way I can have it sitting on the ground in that service area. And I got a couple of others, and maybe I might build them and kind of put them in like a little small pile. So we'll see how that plays out. I've got some more drums I got to put together and paint. This box is full of O-scale people. Lots and lots of O-scale people that I have to paint. So I don't know if I'll do it on this video. Oh, more drums. I'll take those out too. I don't know if I'll do it on this video, but I will start painting up some additional folks to live on my layout. But let's see what I can get done. First thing will be the buildings. I want to get those finished so I can get them on the layout. And that will take care of the last of the major work that I'm going to be doing on that section. So that's what I'm going to start on next. So Friday night is coming to a close, and I weathered up this Jeep. So I took a sanding block and got rid of the decals for the most part. And then just a little bit of weathering after that, and the sanding block dulled up the paint in a lot of areas, made it look like it had been around for a while. And then I painted the shovel and the axe that's on the side of it, which kind of fits in with a logging theme. So this is ready for the layout. Then I've got this building pretty well done. I've got my paint on it. Doors weathered up, everything's weathered, got glass, got my little electrical service. This service facility actually has power provided by a utility company out in the middle of nowhere, hence the meter on the electrical box there. So combination of paints, chalks, and stains to get this looking like it's been around for a while. You know, it's not excessively weathered, just something that's seen some years in play. Roof, again, lightly weathered as well. Combination of sort of thin paint washes that I used then a paper towel to just kind of pull down as it was drying. And then some chalk dusting on top of it. But I'll go put that on the layout and the Jeep. And then probably tomorrow, I'll get this painted up and put some scale coal on the top of this so I can get that put back into place. And then I'm going to go and turn my attention to that shed and then start doing some of the details, but making pretty good progress on this. So more to come. I like how that looks. That's going to fit well in that little scene there. Like having that Jeep out in front. The guy's playing checkers over here. The other guys are still laying down on the job because I haven't put the things on there yet. But yeah, fits into that scene nice. I'm happy with that. Get some other stuff done here. Back over at the bench, and I'm going to weather this one up just a little bit. This is a metal looking plastic head. I've already painted it silver, so I'm just going to kind of weather it down at the base like it's gotten some splatter coming up from the ground. Maybe a few hints of rust in a couple of areas, but I want this to look like it's been there, not very long. So I will paint it up a little bit with sort of washes at the base, wipe that down. Let that dry, then I'll give it a shot of dull coat and then a little bit of chalk just to kind of finish the process. So not too much for this one, just a little bit of weathering. Saturday afternoon, and I've been sitting at the bench for a little while. I'm starting to do some detail work. So these are plaster casts. These were new. Got those at Caboose Stop Hobbies and stained them the oak color that I used on the water tank. This, I've sort of painted the individual boxes, and this came out of that eBay purchase, and I got a lot more of them that I can use whenever I need. This is what they look like when I first got them. So what I went in, and with this one, I painted everything a flat, sort of a khaki tan, and then came back in with, you know, a variety of browns and the black and white and just light blends and light washes on this to get me a stack of crates and boxes that are all a little different, just enough to kind of set the pile apart. This will be more for a background scene. These will be more, actually, these will be on the loading dock. These will be, you know, tucked in someplace. So I will do more of these. But over here is that coaling bin, and you can see it's shiny because the paint's still wet, so I will let that dry thoroughly. And put that on, but first I will flip it over and I will glue on some coal. I've got a bunch of scale-like coal that I can put on that to make a little coal pile. So making some progress here. This video is getting long, so I think what I'll do is just get these dried and then back on the layout. I do have that building touched up. I just sprayed it with dull coat a little bit ago, letting that dry thoroughly, and then I'm going to do a little chalk, and then I'll put that on the layout. So last segment is going to show that and these in place, and then probably at least one more to get the rest of the details and stuff done on it. You know what? This video is quite long already, so I'm going to wrap it up. I will start the next video where I've left off. Got a bunch more odds and ends and details I want to get done, so we'll pick that one up on the next one. So with that, keep having fun on your layouts. Until next time.